So overall, I mean, I feel good, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't looking forward to the end of this part of the journey. Before leaving the house, you know, I said that normally whenever I get out here, this is where my personality naturally comes out. Well, guess what? It doesn't want to come out today. If you're wondering what that thing is flopping around on Dawn's shadow, that's her tail. The one thing that this particular series has done for me that I really appreciate is allowed me to just, for 75 days, speak, you know, just kind of get it all out and share with you my thought process and what I care about and what I'm struggling with, and you know, those things that are kind of deepest in my heart and on my mind. It's day 70 of 75 hard. It's a Sunday. I actually slept in some. Guess I needed it after yesterday. Let's go get started. Pretty typical for me. I always put a scoop of creatine and electrolytes in my first half gallon of water. And on day 70, I would just like to say thank you. If you're subscribed, if you've commented, if you've liked, if you've done anything along the way to support my channel, y'all don't know how much it actually means to me. Every time I get a comment or a like or something like that, it just really raises my spirits. So thank you so much.
I begin every day by reading my Bible, reading my 10 pages, journaling, and then spending a little bit of time in Duolingo. Okay, folks, it's Sunday, which means it is my active rest day. Especially after yesterday, I've got to make sure that I allow myself to rest today. So, going to go for a walk in the park with my wife. Always enjoy those. Is an opportunity as well where I get to interact with her some. And so, typically you see a little bit more of my personality on days like this where I'm with her. In addition to that, it's we'll go to church after we do our walk, and then we will go do our weigh-in. So I'll actually kind of get to see how we did over the past week. I ate higher calorie this week than I have been, so I'm really going to be curious to see what happens with not so much my weight, but more so, you know, my body fat loss. Yeah, that's going to give me an idea of kind of if I can handle this higher calorie or not. Because everything that I'm seeing and reading, I've been eating, you know, I haven't been eating enough calories. So it would be great if I could actually bump up my calories some and still maintain the type of fat loss that I'm seeing, but we will see.
So if you didn't watch yesterday's video, I was down here yesterday and I went out for what I intended to be a 7 to 8 mile run at the most, and then ended up running a full 10 miles. So go check that out if you want to see kind of what my thought process was and how that run evolved. But one little update, I was concerned how my knees would feel today and my lower back. Those are typically where I have the most problems. My lower back will lock up, and you know, sometimes my knees will get really sore. I feel really good today, so that's good. Another weird thing that I didn't show yesterday is that I sped up. My pace increased throughout that entire 10 miles. It went from mile 1 being something like a 13-minute mile to mile 10 being a 10-minute mile. And she saw it. I'm not lying, am I?
Yeah, super weird.
Yeah, so I literally got progressively faster throughout the entire thing, and thought that was kind of interesting. So let me talk a little bit about how I'm feeling in general at this point now, where I have less than a week to go. you know? I mean, it's Sunday now. I won't do another Sunday in this program. So in one sense, that's exciting. In another sense, I can definitely tell that I'm towards the end of the program because I am feeling a little weary. Not weary so much physically or anything like that. Not weary in the sense that like, oh my gosh, I'm ready to have a cheat meal or anything. But just a bit weary in the sense that, like I've talked about, man, I bit off a lot by trying to film this every single day, edit every single day. I'm just really looking forward to that part of the process being over with, where I'm done filming and then I can just focus on getting all the videos edited and getting the series out. And I can move on to, you know, some of the other videos and stuff that I want to create and make. But as far as what my day-to-day is gonna look like after this, I don't see it looking too different. Like I've talked about, the only thing is I'm gonna have a little bit more added flexibility. I won't hold myself to having to get 45 minutes outside. I still intend to spend time outside, but I really wanna do more focused zone 2 stuff on the treadmill. And I like the treadmill because I don't really have much time to play video games. I can jump on there, I can play a video game, and the time just flies by. And also it's easier for me to kind of zone in and really get to that zone 2 training level as opposed to anything else I've tried, you know. So I'm looking forward to having the flexibility there. I may have a cheat meal from time to time, but I don't really have any cravings. I think the only thing I actually like am kind of craving right now is pizza. I would like to have pizza at some point when this is over. But the way that my body feels, you know, the less inflammation, just overall the way, you know, my insides feel and everything, not bloated or anything like that, like, I just don't think it's gonna be worth it to try to return to my old habits. And also, just because 75 hard is over, doesn't mean that my goals have been met and that, you know, my journey's over. And that's the big thing. So I'm not gonna slip back into any old habits, because this was just kind of what I needed to jumpstart me back into getting, you know, getting where I need to be physically, mentally, to really achieve the hard things that I want to go for. So overall, I mean, I feel good, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't looking forward to the end of this part of the journey, because I am. I am looking forward to the end of this part of the journey, being able to create new videos and have a little bit more flexibility. Oh, and the other big part of the reason that I think that I have that kind of feeling of weariness is because there's so many things in like my real life that I'm just behind on. I have boxes in my office. I never have boxes in my office like that. I have boxes in there of things that I've bought and I need to set up or need to do and everything. I just have not had the time to do any of it. Have stuff that I need to do around the house. I got to get up and reseal our flat roofs. I've got to blow all the leaves off again of everything. I just have a lot of stuff that I need to do. And when you're trying to do everything I've been doing, it's just, there's literally no time to do it at all. So I had considered like, well, maybe I'll still do daily videos after 75 hard. I can tell you right now, I will not be doing daily videos, at least for a period of time, while I work to get caught up in life, because I'm way behind. So just a second ago, over in that direction, we heard gunshots. And this part of the park here, we're actually where the firearms range where I used to qualify with my weapon all the time is actually on the other side of the river. So the river's running right back there around that tree line. It's on the other side of the river back there. So somebody's out there getting some practice in here on a Sunday morning. So before leaving the house, you know, I said that normally whenever I get out here, this is where my personality naturally comes out. Well, guess what? It doesn't want to come out today, all right? I'm just like, walk. Just walk and get it done, you know? Oh man. Somebody who's never watched any of my videos before is probably like, if this is this guy's personality, good Lord, you got the personality of a paper bag. Yes, I do. A nice paper bag. Like one of those thick ones that you can carry a jug of milk in and it won't fall out the bottom. It's my personality. In all seriousness though, today is gonna be a real rest day. It really is, because when I say I feel weary, I mean that's actually how I feel. Like I feel tired, I feel like I need rest right now. And another component to that is, like I've talked about, just I really underestimated how difficult it was gonna be to document this whole thing and try to build a YouTube channel at the same time with no social media, all that stuff that I've talked about, right? But like, I guess back whenever I used to be heavily involved with social media, things like YouTube and stuff, I guess the algorithm was different then, because right now it's like YouTube just doesn't show my videos to anybody. Impressions are like so low. And when you're, you know, pumping out a video a day, and I understand that like 75 hard is a niche topic, right? People have to be interested in that. But you got to tell me there's more than 14 people interested in the topic, you know? And when YouTube's just not even showing it to anybody, that's very discouraging, especially when you can kind of see the milestones that you need to hit in order to kind of move to the next level and gain some momentum. And really all you need is the exposure. It's, man, it's a struggle, y'all. It's a lot of work to put in to just get a few views. I'm gonna still do it, but I would be lying if I said it doesn't, you know, mess with you mentally and emotionally. We seem to have stumbled upon a gaggle of disc golfers. This little volleyball court back behind here, Dawn loves getting in that sand and playing volleyball. Have a lot of memories of this area right here too. They used to always hold like concerts here, concerts in the park, and when I was a kid, and my mom was wild, we'd come down here and she'd listen to these concerts and stuff, but I'd be playing around all in this area. A lot of memories there. Yeah, so if you're not familiar with kind of like how the YouTube growth journey works, there are little milestones that kind of open up additional features to you and stuff like that that can also enable you to grow. So like for me right now, the major milestones with the channel that I'm aiming towards is 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time. And when you hit that, that opens up your first level of kind of like, how would I say it? Monetization. And not in the sense that like you can make money off of ads or anything like that, but it allows you to have like channel memberships, where if you wanted to provide exclusive content for people who want to pay a small fee a month to kind of support you, you could do that. So that's one way to kind of generate a little bit of revenue. But then on top of that, you can also get super chats, which is like through live streams and everything. And I do have some really cool ideas for live streams that I think I could absolutely do. But the whole thing for me is, like I've said from the beginning, this is not at all about making money. But at the same time, there's a lot of content that I want to make that cost a lot of money to do. So for instance, like I would love to be signing up and going out and taking y'all on the journey of running obstacle course races all the time. But those things cost like $130 a piece. And you know, that adds up, right? $130 a pop each time, and especially if I take her along with me, it can become quite expensive. Then on top of that, like I've talked about, one of the biggest burdens for me is the editing process. I would create a lot more videos and the quality would be a lot better if I had, you know, even something like $500 a month that I could just dedicate to getting an editor, you know, to help me out. I think that would really take the channel to the next level as well. And I feel like there would be people out there that would be willing to support that kind of stuff, you know, to a degree or to a level. But I can't even reach, you know, the level that I need to even make that a possibility. And, you know, the thing that I'm fighting is, I've said this before, I have a video called Why I Don't Want to Be a YouTuber, is I've been an expert in social media before, years ago, okay? And I don't want to pour all my time into trying to be an expert in social media again. I want to pour my time into creating this content, my mission, my statement. And it's just so unfortunate that it feels like YouTube is now designed to where if you don't do that, if you don't pour your time into truly, creating content that pleases the algorithm, it's very difficult to grow. And I'm seeing that, I'm seeing that right now. So there may come an inflection point where I have to bite the bullet and shift gears, but man, I'm doing everything I can not to go down that trap, because I just want to create content that inspires and encourages people. I don't want to create content that's tailored to an algorithm and spend all my time being a social media expert again. So anyway, you may or may not care about any of that, but that's kind of like what I'm going through and kind of what the journey looks like. Oh, and one last thing I'll say about that, because y'all probably have no idea. Well, you don't. How would you know? I didn't tell you. So yeah, you don't know. But so I've grown several YouTube channels over the course of my life. I grew one for my police department, which I had videos that literally have millions and millions of views, and grew that channel without even trying it. But then I also have some personal ones. Like I have a gaming channel that nobody knows it's me, and I'm not telling you, but I have a gaming channel, and that one, I grew it to almost 3,000 subscribers in the course of like three months. But then I just kind of, at that time I had changed careers, and I didn't really have the time to do YouTube. And whenever I came back, and thought, okay, I'm gonna give this YouTube thing a shot again, I really thought about like, what do I want to create? And honestly, I know that, what the heck is happening here? I know that I could jump back into the gaming stuff and grow that very quickly. I know I could, absolutely know I could. But that's not the content I want to make anymore. It's just not. For me, it's not about just, quote, being successful on YouTube. So if that was it, if that was my only goal, was to grow a successful YouTube channel, no doubt in my mind, if I were to go back to, some of the other things that I've tried and done, I could do that, right? But growing a successful YouTube channel is just the avenue I need to really do what I'm trying to do. And that's get a message of light, hope, restoration, hope beyond the pale, Like, I just need YouTube to be the vehicle to help me spread that. So anyway, just thought I'd share that. If you're wondering what that thing is flopping around on Dawn's shadow, that's her tail.
That's her tail.
It's a nice tail, just wagging. Alrighty, there it is right there. Outdoor walk, 46 minutes, 58 seconds, 2.48 miles. 291 active calories, 391 calories, so nothing crazy. Perfect little recovery walk. So, let's end this little segment on a positive note. Now that you've heard me, lament my existence as a small YouTube content creator trying to do something like this, let me say what I really appreciate about what this 75 Hard series has been able to do for me. Even if it hasn't, kind of kick-started my channel the way that I hoped. I hope I was going to provide YouTube with enough information and data to where YouTube could kind of identify like the type of content I'm trying to create and then better serve it to the right audiences. Even if none of that happens, even if, the series doesn't take off, even if not too many people watch it or whatever, the one thing that this particular series has done for me that I really appreciate is allowed me to just, for 75 days, speak. Just kind of get it all out and share with you my thought process and what I care about and what I'm struggling with, and those things that are kind of deepest in my heart and on my mind. And for 70 days now, I've been able to do that pretty freely. And even if nobody watches it or sees it or whatever, just for me as a means of kind of like catharsis, it's really been helpful, and I appreciate that. So don't know that I'll ever do another 75-day daily series. Maybe one day if I have a video editor or something like that, yeah, maybe. But all in all, it's still been a great experience that has taught me something along the way, and that's what I'll ultimately take away from it when all this is said and done. Alrighty, everyone, it's about 10:30 now. I'm all cleaned up, just waiting on the rest of the family to finish getting ready, and then we're going to be headed to church. After church, we will go do our weigh-in, so see you in a bit. I've got my bottle of water to make sure that I'm hydrating throughout church. All right, everyone, it's about 1:30. Been out of church for a while now. Went and did my scan, and I'm pretty disappointed this week. Let me show you how it went. So here we go. Here's all the numbers and everything. My weight, 216.6 pounds. I guess the best one to look at is down here. So you can see last week I was 216.4. This week I'm 216.6. My skeletal muscle mass shows it fluctuated. Like last week it was 90 pounds. This week's 89.3. I don't know about that. My percent body fat last week was 27%, and this week it says it's 27.3%. So I don't know. I don't know what to really trust or not, but this is really the first time that I've had any kind of, like, my weight has been stagnant before, but I haven't gone up this entire time. And look, I plugged it into the app and you can kind of see the curve here of my percent body fat. This has been the journey. So all the way back here, I was 36.8% body fat. And then now it kind of like, you know, slightly curved up from 27 last week to here. So, well, no, I guess it had done this at one point. Oh, no, it had stayed the same. Yeah, so this is the first time it's kind of curved up. So hopefully this week is just one of those weeks where my body's adjusting. I did go higher calorie this week, like we've talked about, but really I'm trying to get to like the recommended calories. And if I'm eating at 10% of my body weight, then I should be eating closer to around 2,100 calories or so as my lowest calories I'm going based off everything I've been learning. So I don't know. I don't know what to think of it, but it's not like it's massive, you know, 0.3 of a pound or of a percent, you know what I mean? Like, we'll see. I probably will go weigh in and do a scan on day 75 as well, just to get like a final number. But I'm a little disappointed. I was actually hoping to hit that 10% body fat loss. So now let's go see what the Zozo suit has to say and whether or not it correlates to kind of what I'm seeing on this in-body scan. I realized it's been a few weeks since I've graced y'all with the glory of the Zozo suit, so I figured I'd bring it back in all its glory, let you see the process while I'm getting scanned in. Oops, I just realized I forgot to hit record for the whole scan. Oh well, I just did the scan. Let's check out the results. All right, Zozo suit, what do you have to say today? Okay, you have to say I've gotten bigger everywhere. Oh my gosh, what happened? I guess the higher calories really jacked me up this week, honestly. Man. It's 1:53 and I'm going to break my fast now. And I'm just breaking my fast with a cup and a half of white rice and then 8 ounces of ground beef hamburger patty. All right, here's the next thing I'm eating. Same thing, y'all. This little snack has just saved me throughout this. I did get a few extra dark chocolate chips just to finish off the bag. Got chocolate rice cakes, unsalted peanut butter, and sugar-free dark chocolate chips. Okay, guys, it's now about 6 p.m. I haven't really done much at all. We sat around, we watched some shows, and then I laid down and I took a much-needed nap. Oh my gosh, that nap felt so good. Now I want to go ahead and get my second workout done. Again, using today as an active rest day, so it's not going to be anything crazy. Thinking about just jumping on the treadmill for a while, maybe playing a game while I'm on there. So let's get it done.
If you consider because I got this game at launch. I waited until midnight to play it. I had so much good stuff about it, and it was my first playthrough where I just overtook that as silly as that sounds. That sort of stuff, I was not even giving it a second. So yeah, that was my experience with Team Death Chronicles. Absolutely 11. But But before we talk about that game, I just want to pay my respects to Guerra, who made the wonderful designs for the Dragon Quest franchise.
All right, guys, there it is. Nothing too special. 45 minutes on the treadmill, 2.13 miles, 320 active calories, 415 total calories. So nothing crazy. Second workout done. And I had a bag of popcorn earlier, and I'm going to suck down one of these delicious beasts before I start my fast for the evening. Okay, guys, it's 9:20, and holy crap, I almost just screwed up so bad. I had a little bit more water to drink, so I was sitting here just kind of drinking water and watching TV, messing around, and totally forgot that I had not closed out the day yet and almost allowed myself to fall asleep. I would have failed. I would have failed just for not checking off everything in the app. So let's close out the day. Here we go. 1,031 calories, 108 exercise minutes, 14,081 steps. There are the 2 workouts for today on this active rest day. Go out to MyFitnessPal, show you how we did there. I'll be honest, my results from this week were really kind of affecting me, and I didn't eat many calories. 1,480 calories. And I know that's a knee-jerk response. It just kind of freaked me out a little bit. I really want to end this whole challenge on a good note and with a bang. So, yeah, I just didn't eat many calories. Not enough, I know. But I showed you everything I ate, or I talked about it already. So I started fasting around 6:20. So that means I can break my fast tomorrow around 12:20. And then last but not least, come out here to 75 hard. Got our first workout done, got our second workout done. I took my progress picture first thing this morning, 10 pages. There's my second half gallon of water right there. Followed my diet, no cheat meals or social media because I don't drink alcohol. And just like that, day 70 is complete. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. 5 days left. That's it. Overall, today was a good active rest day, especially after how hard I pushed myself yesterday. I did a good job today just actually resting. Yeah, I've got 5 days left. I already know what I plan to do on day 75, and that's I'm going to go out and I'm going to run as hard as I can and see what I can do a 5K in. But also what I've got coming up this week is I have to be at the church every single night this week. Every night. So my days are going to be just stacked tight. And editing is going to be a challenge. Getting my workouts done, editing, trying to end the week on a really solid note, eating enough calories. This week it's going to be a tough one. But we're going to get through it. We're going to get it done. So thank you so much for being here this long. If you've stuck around, I hope you'll come back tomorrow for day 71 of 75 hard, and I hope you'll stick around through the end of this journey. See you then. Bye.